Women's Basketball Championship. It's a 1-4 matchup. The top seed from the north, Peninsula, against the 4th seed from the south, Highline. And like we've seen so much today was a matchup between teams that met very early in the year before league. And in this situation, it was Peninsula winning 69-59 on November 17th. We had a chance to talk to players from both teams last game, and they all agreed so long ago, don't put too much stock into a game that took place even before Thanksgiving.
Like most people, I like to count my chickens after they hatch, you know. So, of course, the earlier meeting does show something, but does that carry over to the current situation? I personally don't believe that. Today is a new day. It's a different environment, new venue, and these guys are ready to rock.
Well, it's going to be an interesting game as we get set to go through the non-starters and the starters for today's game. As once again, Wes, we'll turn it back over to you as we get the audio figured out here. You indicated that it's a situation of in the now. Doesn't really matter what happened before Thanksgiving.
Well, exactly. It's a brand new day, new situation, new venue, same teams. That's the one constant here. But they've seen each other once. They've had a lot of time to improve. You said before Thanksgiving. Again, a lot of teams don't come out firing on all cylinders the first few games, so these teams have had a chance to further hone their skills. And I think we're in for a dandy of one here as we continue to seed our Elite Eight.
We have had one upset today seed-wise, and that was in the first game of the day where number 3 from the West, Centralia, beat number 2 from the North, Olympic, 58-39. Centralia advances to play Big Bend, the top seed from the East. They were an 89-53 winner over Mount Hood, who was number 4 from the South. So Centralia Big Bend is a 1 o'clock game tomorrow right here. In game 3 today, it was number 2 West Grays Harbor over number 3 North Whatcom, 76-65. So Grays Harbor faces Umpqua, the top seed from the South. They beat North Idaho 68-62. Grays Harbor Umpqua tomorrow at 3. Lane defeated Walla Walla 81-73. Lane, a 2 seed from the South. Walla Walla, a 3 seed from the East. Lane advances to a 5 o'clock game tomorrow night against Lower Columbia, top seed from the West, beating number 4 Skagit Valley from the North, 68-52. If you look at a pattern, basically what you see is no North teams have advanced. 2 from the South have with 1 to go, and 1 from the East with 1 to go.
Well, if you take another look at it, there's 1, 2, 3 teams from the West already in the Elite Eight, and the last Western team to play, Highline, the opportunity to do a clean sweep into the Elite Eight with the Western Division in a very tough division when it comes to women's basketball. Always has been, in my opinion, always will be. Some fantastic teams always come out of there, and it's generally a good mix like we saw LCC with the shooting attack and playing up front offensive. So I'm excited to see what Highline comes away with. Again, the Northern Division, if Olympic was any indication, Centralia, number 3 seed, absolutely having a field day with the Rangers. So we'll see what the number 1 seed has to say about the attack of the number 4 out of the West.
And Peninsula just posed for a picture with its regular season champion. That they do here tonight, as all the teams who win the regular season champions get their trophies and get their picture taken. And you talk about the strength of the West. I remember back in the day not too long ago where Clark was a member of the West, and that added another element because they had some really good clubs under Al Aldridge and some other coaches down there. Now Clark has since moved to the South, which makes the South even more tough.
Absolutely, the South is a very tough division. We saw that here too. But again, a lot of people with concerns about just the North's readiness as according to playing physical basketball, because the game has evolved to where it's not just the finesse shooting styles anymore that you used to see, but you got to be able to play all aspects of it. And you got to be able to play rough in the paint. You got to throw that discreet elbow to get up. And people are just concerned that the North doesn't have what it takes to compete with the West in that aspect.
We'll see how they do tonight as Peninsula under Coach Allison Crum. They come in with a good mark as Peninsula. They're 18-8 overall. They were 11-3 in the North, and they won their last 10 games. So Peninsula on a bit of a streak. Highline under Coach Damon Crump is 8-6 in the West, and they finished 12-13 overall. Now, the winner of this game will move on to a 7 o'clock matchup tomorrow night against the winner of our final game tonight, and that will take place at 10 o'clock. And that matchup will be between Wenatchee Valley, the 2nd seed from the South, against Clackamas, from the East, Clackamas, the 3rd seed from the South. So 2 more games to go here in the first night. We've already had the men's first and second rounds. That took place Thursday and Friday. And we can set the final 4 matchups for the men, which will take place next week. It will be North Idaho from the east against Lane from the south, and it'll be Spokane and Walla Walla both from the east. Those matchups will take place next Saturday at 5 and 7 p.m. The women's Final Four will take place at 1 and 3 p.m. next Saturday right here. And, of course, Championship Sunday is next Sunday, a week from tomorrow, along with the All-Star Games. And while we're talking about dates and times, I want to remind everybody to set your clock ahead tonight. We're going to lose an hour of sleep tonight, Wes. We do not get an extra hour. We're going to lose an hour, so when we wake up, it's an hour later.
And boy, I really needed that beauty sleep too. I mean, when the camera's on me, some people's television screen breaks, and it's just a darn shame that I won't get that hour of beauty sleep.
Well, and the way it's going tonight, although we are on time tonight, but boy, about the time we get out of here tonight, it'll almost be time to actually set the clock ahead because we have 2 more basketball games to bring you. And glad that you're with us on the STSPN Network and NWAC Sports on YouTube, wherever you might be. Glad that you've been able to take some time and join us today. Well, we're set to go. Highline will be in the black uniforms and the green numbers trimmed in white. And they'll go from right to left as Wes and I look at it here from Everett. And the Peninsula Pirates in the white uniforms with the gold numbers and the black trim from left to right. Here we go, game 7. And the Pirates control.
Already some good offensive screening by Peninsula as they come away with the first point.
Yeah, Cuckoo Danner with the first basket of the game. And it's 2-0 in favor of the Pirates, who are the home team here tonight in the light uniforms. Let's see what Highline can do. Damon Crump, the head coach, and Allison Crum, the head coach of the opposing teams, driving and putting it up off the glass. Not good that time by Mahie Kaava. No good, and the basketball comes back down to Peninsula. Driving to the basket, laying it up, rolling off that time was Sunshine Vicente, and the Thunderbirds have it. And it's loose, and it's taken away, and it goes back to the Pirates. Here's a move inside, and now they'll set it back up. 69-59 was the Peninsula win early in the year. Driving shot up and good by Sunshine Vicente, and it's 4-0 Peninsula. Wenatchee and Clackamas watching this one with much interest because the winner of that one will get the winner of this one. The other matchups are set. Big Bend, Centralia, Umpqua, Grays Harbor, Lane, Lower Columbia. As Wes said, 3 Western teams. Highline trying to make it a sweep. Deep 3 on the way, short that time. And it goes back to the Pirates.
Boy, and the 4 seed out of the West, Highline, coming in looking a little rocky on their shooting game. They tried a couple of deep threes. One of them was nowhere close, the other off the rim.
So Peninsula with the basketball. The Pirates of Peninsula driving in a foul. They play in this gymnasium once a year because they are a member of the North. And we check the foul on Highline, and it's going to be on Tori Allen, her first, and the first team. And it'll be Sunshine Vicente to shoot a couple for Peninsula, trying to get a 6-point lead early on. They missed that one, though, and it's still 4-0. Just getting going here. And the second one's good. It's a quick 5-0 lead for Peninsula. Highline trying to get on the board here. Contact out front. Good job by Kanani Kramers, and now it's taken away, and it's going to be a breakaway for Peninsula, but the shot is missed that time. And that was Danner. Some of these girls, Wes, they have the long ponytail, and it covers the number. It's hard to see as they head down the court with the hair bouncing there like Danner, who has the ball now. It's off her hands, out of bounds. We'll do our best.
Yeah, that's all you really can do in a situation like that.
Additionally, the Highline with black jerseys and green numbers trimmed in white. That's a hard enough contrast as it is, and Peninsula has really gold numbers on white tops. I'm not a big fan of the uniform manufacturer so far tonight.
No, not really, and see, it's so much worse when it came to volleyball for Highline because they're playing on a dark blue court. And so you get a little lucky here as we got the classic colored linoleum a little lighter.
Yeah.
So it looks like you got it a little easier.
Well, we'll figure it out as we go through. There's a three on the way, almost a bank shot, no good, but an offensive rebound and a reset shot clock for the Thunderbirds. 17-footer pull-up not good, and they still cannot get anything to go 3 minutes into the basketball game. 5-0 Peninsula. Pirates have it. And a 17-footer, that's going to be off the iron that time by Ashlyn Sharp. It's out of bounds, and it will stay with Peninsula and a new shot clock. 5-0. And timeout by Highline, and we'll step away. It's 5-0 in favor of Peninsula early on from Everett.
Wow.
You get a basket here pretty soon.
Yeah, really. See if we can get an Elite 8 game broadcasted from the couch.
That'd be neat.
Yeah.
Or actually what we should do is in the future, we should do the 10 o'clock game from the couch.
Oh, yeah.
Although we might fall asleep.
Yeah. It's some good advertising for Jimmy John's.
Yeah, really good.
Have to move a table out there for us, though.
Early 5-0 lead for the Pirates of Peninsula. Wes Tucker, what's the Thunderbirds got to do?
Well, the Thunderbirds, in short, just got to make a bucket. It looks like they're working that tournament jitter right now. So I think as soon as they get their first points, it's going to be all uphill for Highline. Again, a very tenacious team. They're playing a very scrappy one themselves. So we'll see if Highline can click after getting that first bucket.
They're 0 for 5 from the field right now. Peninsula 2 for 6 as we're just underway. And driving in and scoring. And that's Ashlyn Sharp for her first two. So 3 different Pirates have scored, and they lead 7-0 as they kick the extra point after the touchdown, and they have a 7-0 lead early on here. Thunderbirds lob it in, and there's the first really close-in attempt. That wouldn't go either. And it's back to Peninsula. That attempt was Alani Sinclair. And it's loose after the miss. It's a traveling violation, and it's going to go back to Peninsula.
Well, and it's just one of those times where nothing's going your way if you're Highline. And you just got to keep rolling with it. I mean, control what you can control, keep putting up the ball, and eventually it's going to find the bucket.
Cammie Jackson into the game for the Thunderbirds. Or check that for the... Yeah, for the Thunderbirds. She's a sophomore from Arlington, Texas. And after the miss by Peninsula, here is another opportunity for Highline. Jump shot from 12. That rolled off, no good. And rebound comes down to Peninsula. We've played 4.5 minutes, and Highline still has not scored. Driving to the basket, pulling up for 10. That's off the iron. That's Leilani Padilla. And back come the Thunderbirds. Shione Chosakabe into the game. Chosokabe passes it off, and the shot from out front by Tori Allen is short. And it goes back to Peninsula. Cassandra White into the game for the Peninsula Pirates. And Allison Crum with some high fives from a couple of her ladies who sit down and give them a break at the midpoint of the first period, up 7-0. Has gotten to like her defense so far.
I mean, that's for sure. They're keeping a normally hot offense off the board here in the first quarter.
Olivia Williams also into the game. Driving to the hoop, it's going to be a blocking foul called on Highline, and we'll have 2 free throws as we check the Highline foul. Jasmina Lafitaga is called for the foul. And so a 2-shot foul coming up. And it's up and good. And the basket. Mahina Kaava is now in for the Thunderbirds. As the free throw, the first one's up and good, and the second one is good by Vicente. She has 5 points, and it's 9-0 Peninsula. 3 on the way, off the iron, no good. Ball tipped, Highline gonna retain, gonna get a new clock. 4:37 to play, first period. Driving is Jackson. Couldn't pull the trigger from the free throw line. And so they reset in the deep corner. Shot clock at 15. And a pull-up jumper, that's in and out by Brianna Estebillo. And back the other way to the Pirates. Driving, Vicente loses her footing. Now she gets back up, gets out of the key. Pirates gonna drive, and Vicente kicks it back out. Good patient offense here. Williams to the hoop, too hard, no good, but the teammate is there. Her shot is blocked. Same shot clock, only 5 seconds left. They're gonna have to hurry. And they will, and it's blocked. And Williams gets it back, and that shot doesn't hit either. And it's a violation of the shot clock by the Pirates.
Well, again, Highline needs to get something rolling here. They don't want to go down as the first team in NWAC history not to score in the first quarter.
Well, we'd have to send our stat gurus looking for that, but I think you're pretty safe to say that has there ever been an NWAC game where somebody didn't score in the first quarter? I wouldn't think so. The Thunderbirds are now 0 of 10, now 0 of 11 from the field. Up court come the Pirates, leading 9-0. And a reverse lay-in up and no good. It's loose, and the ball comes back to Peninsula. Good job that time by Bowen to get the offensive rebound, but it's turned over. And here come the Thunderbirds. They kick it into the corner. 3 on the way, no good. And the rebound comes down to Highline and a foul on Peninsula. Let's see if it's on 24.
So at what point, if you're Highline, do you stop trying to shoot the 3 and just get a layup for the first 2 points of the game? I mean, I get you're down by 9. It's a 3-possession game, still relatively close. But you got to wonder, at what point are you just going to take an easy 2 rather than trying for 3?
Yeah, Bowen commits the foul. First foul on Peninsula, 3:10 to play. Highline will throw it in, as they are trying to get a play inside there, posting up Sinclair, but she can't get the ball. Driving, and that shot by Estebillo is too hard, but they get it back again, and another new clock as we're down below the 3-minute mark. First period, 9-0. Baseline attempt, pass, hit the bottom of the backboard. It was intended for Estebillo and hit the bottom of the backboard. It's a turnover. Here come Peninsula, and they're going to turn it right back over to Highline. 2:36 to play first period, and coming in for the Pirates is Logan Luke. And getting a break will be Alex Bowen. And here come the Thunderbirds against a little bit of pressure now. Driving, a crossover, moving in. It comes with 2:22.
Boy, oh boy, 7.5 minutes it took for the first bucket to be made by Highline. So let's hope the jitters are gone from the Highline team, and they can catch back up. Still only a 3-possession game.
Kanani Kramer's with the first two. It comes to the 2:22 mark. It's 9-2, and that's a good point, Wes. Offensive foul, illegal screen. It'll go back to Highline. For all of Highline's struggles, Peninsula has only put up 9 points. So you got to credit the Thunderbirds defense. Maybe some jitters on the part of both teams. And so bringing it in will be Highline with full court pressure from Peninsula at the 2-minute mark of the first period here. 9-2 Pirates. Driving is Jackson, terminates her dribble. They work it around the screen, and top of the circle, 3 off the iron, no good, and that's rebounded by Peninsula. 1:40 to play. Tough man-to-man defense, sneaking inside and putting it up and missing it, but poking it back out as Highline. They get a new fresh clock on the offensive rebound. 3 on the way, Padilla, good. Leilani Padilla. First 3-point basket of the game for either team. It's 12-2 Pirates. And the count is on, and running to get the ball was one of the Thunderbirds, and they finally inbound it here as we approach the 1-minute mark. 12-2. And a 3 on the way. That's off the iron, and the rebound comes down to the Pirates. 1 of 15 and 0 of 6, and an easy lay-in at the other end.
When it looks like that bucket scored by Highline did nothing but fan the flames of Peninsula.
Cuckoo Danner with the basket. It's 14-2. And the shot at the other end misses everything, so 40 seconds to go. Peninsula wants to run up 14-2. It'll be a forgettable first quarter if you're a Highline fan. In the key, running it up and in. Vicente has 7, and it's 16-2 with 20 seconds to play. It's been all Peninsula. Highline a first round out last year against Walla Walla, and they need to get something going or they're going to suffer the same fate. As the Pirates on another fast break and another lay-in that rolled off, no good. 5 seconds left, last chance for Highline. Down to 3, they cross the timeline. They'll fire it from half court, it's gonna be short, and that's the end of the first quarter. Peninsula 16, Highline 2, back to Everett after this break.
Oh my God. I'm just gonna go ahead and pencil in Peninsula real quick. That quarter only took 17 minutes to play.
Well, it didn't take me long to total that up.
No, not at all.
Well, here's a stat for you, Wes Tucker. The Peninsula Pirates shot 6 of 20 from the field in the first quarter, 30%, and they lead by 14.
It's just unbelievable. Again, a team coming out so cold, unbelievably cold. There's icicles forming on the linoleum down there. Highline only 2 points in 10 minutes of play here and are trailing by 14 as we enter the second period.
They're 1 of 19 from the field, 0 of 7 from 3-point range. Peninsula already has 20 rebounds. They're on a pace for 80.
Oh my goodness.
If this continues. First quarter in the book, 16-2. We'll have to see what Damon Crump said in the huddle, see if he can feed some life into this Thunderbird team. Pirates intercept the pass in the key, and here they come from left to right. They're in the white uniforms as you watch it here from Walt Price Fitness Center. Wes Tucker, Mike Tatko, high above the court here. A beautiful view from up here, and watching Peninsula have its way with Highline, at least so far, 16-2. Long way to go in this one. Driving and putting it up off the glass, a foul, and we'll have some free throws. And those will be shot by Nodia Demick. The foul is called on Sharp. First foul, first team foul. And here's the free throw, and that rolled in. The only basket by Kanani Kramers.
And it didn't take them 7.5 minutes into the period to score this time.
They scored with 2:22 to play in the first period, and that was it, but they got a couple free throws here. And it's 16-4. Missed that time by Peninsula, and a foul on the Pirates, so Highline with a chance to get a little bit closer. That one's Olivia Williams, her first, and that's the second team foul. One more game to come tonight. It'll be Wenatchee Valley from the east and Clackamas from the south. They work it around. Zone defense by the Pirates, trying to get someone free. It went off her knee, but kept alive by her teammate. Shot clock at 5. Highline has to do something. Jumps it up from inside the arc. In and out. No good. Rebound by the Thunderbirds. It's loose. It's still loose. Great hustle by Bowen. And the possession arrow goes to Peninsula. And the Pirates will get a substitute into the game. And Logan Luke returns. Olivia Williams will sit down. 16-4 is our score. Those points made via the free throw line, and Highline still 1 of 20 from the field. Another chance for the Thunderbirds. Cross-court pass as they work it around the zone. 3 on the way, right wing off the iron. Rebound by the Pirates. Vicente, and a foul in the backcourt called on Highline.
Yeah, another thing you gotta wonder is, what is the record for fewest field goals made in an NWAC competition? I know the record is 22, set back in 1970.
Well, they have 1.
And here we are with just over 2 minutes ticked away here in the second quarter.
I mean, if this continues, we're going to have to start looking for points. In the key, up and in that time by Cuckoo Danner. She has 6. She has 6. Highline has 4. 18-4 Pirates. 7:25 to play. In the half, shot up on the way, that won't go. Another miss and a deep backcourt foul. That's going to be charged to Kylie Kirk. And the second team foul. And the Pirates on the offensive. 3-pointer, top of the circle. That's not good. And batted out of bounds. I think batted out of bounds by Peninsula it was. It'll be Highline basketball at the 7:04 mark of the period. Again, Wenatchee and Clackamas on deck.
It's going to conclude the Women's Sweet 16. It's been a long but productive day of basketball in Everett.
Started at 8 a.m. with Centralia Olympic, and we'll finish with Wenatchee Valley and Clackamas. Cross-court pass, jump shot up, that's not good, and the rebound comes down to Leilani Padilla. Pirates want to run. Ashlyn Sharp kicks it into the corner. And a carrying violation is going to be called on the Pirates. And back it goes to Highline. Highline in its lost last year in the first round to Walla Walla, scored 37 points. 78-37 was that final.
In danger of making a stupendous follow-up to that.
Driving into the key, 10-footer, no good, off the iron, and an offensive rebound. It's loose, it's on the floor. Great hustle by Peninsula, held ball, and the arrow will stay with Highline, but a great job by Logan Luke to get down on the hardwood and go after that ball. Up 14 with 6:04 to play, and it will be out of bounds on the side. Initially, they were going to give it to him underneath, but they've changed their mind, and they'll bring it inside, and the timeout is called by the Highline Thunderbirds, and we will break away. It's 18-4, Peninsula.
Wow. I'm trying to find something nice to say, but I can't.
The next game will be good.
Yeah, I certainly hope so. I'm sorry you got stuck on play-by-play for the bad one.
That's okay. As long as they don't have to say their names too many times. I mean, heck, they never score, so I don't have to say their name.
Right.
Well, 6:04 to play, and the percentage continues to go down for the Thunderbirds. They are now shooting 4% from the field. They're 1 of 24, including 0 of 8 from the three-point line. They are 2 of 2 from the free throw line, but they trail 18-4 at the 6-minute mark here. There's a jump shot left wing. That's off the iron, no good. Offensive rebound. Comes down to Kirk. And inside, another miss. 2 misses on that possession. And back it goes to the Pirates. The Pirates are 18-8 under Coach Allison Crum. They're the top seed from the north and riding a 10-game winning streak. Highline is 12-13, the 4th seed from the west, and just trying to get on track here. Into the deep corner, traveling violation going to be called before the move to the basket by Cuckoo Danner. And coming in for Peninsula will be Ashlyn Sharp. 5:18 to play. And our score is 18 for Peninsula, 4 for Highline. Driving, kicking, 17-footer, good. Shione Choso Kobe with the basket. Her first 2. And it's 18-6 and a steal, and here come the Thunderbirds. They have numbers, 2-on-2, now 3-on-2. And the shot up off the glass, no good, and the rebound is loose. It's still loose, and Highline with the offensive rebound. A drive to the hoop and a foul, and we'll have a couple of free throws coming for the Thunderbirds.
You can feel the momentum sort of starting to shift a little bit. Opportunity here to put 8 points on the board.
And the free throws. Jasmina Lafitaga. And Lafitaga gets it to go. And it's now 18-7 with 4:40 to play.
You know, all in all, this is still a very manageable deficit for Highline through all this.
Well, it really has been, because Peninsula, while they've been really good defensively and rebounding, they haven't really lit it up offensively. 4.5 to play, 18-7. Pirates have the lead. And the basketball here in Game 7 of our women's basketball tournament. Baseline jumper, no good. Loose rebound. Thunderbirds have it. from right to left. Away they run, behind the back dribble, and then the kick. And a three on the way. No good, and it'll go out of bounds. Letting it go out of bounds that time was Alex Bowen, and it goes back to Peninsula at the 4:13 mark. And now, back the other way. Driving into the key, and a foul going to be called on Demick. So Nodia Demick with the foul. And they'll wait for one of the Thunderbirds to tie her shoe. That is Demick, and now Peninsula has it underneath the basket. Into the deep corner, intercepted. Thunderbirds want to run. And it's Kramer's. Left corner. And the deep shot is no good, but nobody there to rebound for Peninsula, so Highline gets another chance. Driving to the basket, laying it up and in.
Well, they've doubled their field goals from the last quarter here in the second, so steps forward, and they cut the lead in half.
Kramer's makes it, and Peninsula calls a quick timeout. 18-9, we're back after this.
Never nowhere near over.
Well, 18-9 is the score, as on a little bit of a run are the Thunderbirds, as it was 18-4 at one point. So they've run off 5 in a row. Pirates have gone cold here suddenly. They led 16-2. They've only scored 2 points in 4.5 minutes in this period. The only 2 is by Cuckoo Danner. Meanwhile, Highline has scored 7. Kramer's has 4 to lead the way, as it's 18-9. And another attempted inbounds pass into the corner, and another steal. Highline working it around, trying to get into double figures here as we approach the 3-minute mark of the first half, and the pass a little bit wide on the bounce pass. They turn it over, an empty possession that time for the Thunderbirds. And coming back for Peninsula is Cuckoo Danner. One thing, there is not anybody with more than 1 foul in this game.
Well, it's been a very cleanly played game, but if you want to switch your definition of cleanly, it's a very sloppy played game as well.
No fouls, but really not a lot of flow on offense either for either team, as Peninsula travels as they try to go inside. As we take a quick look at the turnovers, 11 turnovers now for the Pirates, 6 for Highline. It's not that Highline is turning the ball over, Wes, it's that they just can't make any shots.
Well, exactly. You said at one point their field goal percentage is at 4%.
They're up to 9 now.
Well,
they are
forward.
3 of 31. But still have not connected from the 3-point line. They're 0 of 10, while Peninsula's 1 of 3. Thunderbirds working around, nice move baseline. They try to kick it inside, it's intercepted. Here come the Pirates. It's a 5-on-2, and they just barely get out of the key in time. And baseline moving and kicking out. And a 3 on the way. It's off the iron, but an offensive rebound for Peninsula, and they will reset. 2:15 to play. And a drive into the key. The basket counts for the Pirates, and a foul. And that was Cuckoo Danner, who has 8 points. She's been the spark plug for Peninsula as we check the Highline foul. And that is going to be on Sinclair, her first personal. And coming out of the game for Highline will be Allen. And coming in will be Mahie Kava. And the 3-point play is completed as Danner makes them both, and she has 9 now, and it's 21-9. 2 minutes to play in the first half of game 7. The winner is back here tomorrow night at 7 against Wenatchee Valley or Clackamas. Pass out front for the Thunderbirds. They try to get it to a 10-point game or maybe 9 if a 3 can go. And they drive to the basket. It's an offensive foul. Great defense that time by Peninsula. And that was Vicente who was set. And the Highline foul is going to be on Jackson, her first. And they continue to, they want to make sure they got the foul right. They put up 23. And now they're going to have to look to see who it was. They could go to the replay, I think, and look at this.
Well, they very well could as the Zebras continue their conversation.
And they're going to.
Yes,
they're going to go to the bench to make sure they get the foul correct. And we'll have a look at it here.
And it's hard to see the number.
Yeah, that's the thing. These numbers are black. They're green on black with white trim. And see if we can get another look at it.
Looks like the number is 32.
So 32 for Highline. That would be Lafitiga, if that's what they determine.
They initially called the foul on 23, Jackson.
And it is indeed on Lafitiga. So a great job by Todd and Josh, and I can't remember their daughter's name, but Sarah, they're doing a great job over there. And our STSPN crew gets it right as usual. 1:43 to go with the replay. We knew before the officials people did.
Oh, absolutely.
Score is 21-9, and from the right corner, it's no good. But an offensive rebound for the Pirates, and they'll have an opportunity to drive the baseline and lay it up and in. And it's Bowen with the basket that time, and it's 23-9. Cameron Bowen, they also list her as Alex. And it's 23-9 with 1 minute to play. And I don't know if we're gonna have guests from Wenatchee or Clackamas come up and join us, as they have been throughout the day.
Well, we may get them at halftime like we did last time.
We'll just have to wait and see. Shot clock down, and they don't get it off. A shot clock violation. And so, with 46 seconds left, Peninsula will have the basketball. Sitting down for Highline is Demick. And let's see what the Pirates can do on what might be their last possession of the half, depending upon what they do and depending upon what Highline does. Well, they turn it over, so now Highline has it. A 5-second differential between game clock and shot clock. Driving baseline, spinning, and kicking it out. Kramer's with it. Goes around the screen, kicks it into the corner. Shot for 3, off the iron, no good, and it looks like Peninsula will have the final chance with 12 seconds to play. 23-9, so barring a turnover or some unforeseen circumstance, the Highline's gonna go in with less than 10 in the half. Runner up off the glass, no good. Thunderbirds have the rebound, and that will end the first half. Our score at halftime: Peninsula Pirates 23, Highline Thunderbirds 9. We're back to Everett after these messages.
Oh, this is pathetic. We're looking at pathetic in the rearview mirror at this point.
You're not allowed to use your feet in this sport. The Peninsula MVP for the women's soccer team. Are you ready? Actually, you know how to use your feet if you want. Get set, go! Let's cheer around. Make some noise. Give it up. Let's raise it up. What do you think? Was it good? It was good. Round of applause for Angela. Hey, it is halftime. Concession stands open. Located in the lobby. All your food and beverage options available right now. While you're out there, check out the Fine Designs merchandise vendor. And we're looking for championship t-shirts, sweatshirts, and more.
I've seen you play before.
Oh, you have?
I do all Wallace games.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I know you well. Player of the year, for God's sake.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yep.
Okay, so the camera's right there.
Yep, the mic's real close to your mouth. Want me to? Camera's here.
Well, welcome back to Everett Community College halftime. Peninsula 23, Highline 9. It's more of a football score, but we'll worry about that in the second half. Mike Tatko, along with Player of the Year in the Eastern Region, Ashlyn Burgess from Wenatchee Valley, and Kiara Steen. Thanks for coming. First thing I got to ask you is, I know you play a lot of games at 5:30, and on Saturdays you play at 2.
Yeah.
10 o'clock.
Yeah,
What are your thoughts on that?
I'm pumped. I mean, we've prepared all week, we've prepared all season, and our team is ready, so.
Kiara, I got to ask you, when you when the bracket was announced and the schedule was 10 o'clock, did Rachel have game practices at 10 o'clock, or did you just practice normal time?
After the announcement, yeah, we started practicing around started getting prepared for it.
Yep.
So tell us about your day today. Were you here at all? Were you resting? Were you shopping? What were you doing?
Let's think. We woke up, we got breakfast, we rolled out, stretched out, hung out as a team, did some homework, came to the gym, watched one of the games, part of the game, and then we went, ate again, and took a nap, and then got ready.
And here you are. I like the homework part. Good for you guys. Tell us about your season. The East region, as we all know, is kind of a tough region. It's hard to get here, and you had a hard go through it, but here you are at second seed coming in. Do you think that prepared you for what you're about to face out here?
Absolutely. I mean, we faced some tough teams. A lot of teams that we faced are here, so I mean, 4 of them. Some of them are gone now, but yeah, it definitely prepared us, and we had a tough schedule, so we know what it's like to play good teams.
Kiera, this is a club that you're going to face today, Clackamas, that I don't see them on your schedule, but you've probably seen them either in person or on film. What are the keys tonight?
Well, we just defense, play our game like we always do, and just stop their main players.
I guess that's the goal all the time is defense and stopping the opponents. Yeah,
Yep.
Well, ladies, I want to thank you for coming up, and good luck on the rest of your preparation, and best wishes tonight against Clackamas.
Thank you.
All right. Ashlyn Burgess and Kiera Steen from Wenatchee Valley. And we're back with more after a timeout. Well, Wes Tucker, 23-9 is our score. I started to go back in the record book, and I can find a year where Tacoma scored 31. In 2011, that was a 91-31 defeat to Clackamas. I see a lot of teams in the 30s. I'm continuing to go back. I've never seen anybody yet in the 20s. But Highline has some work to do here in the second half to get off of single digits in the first place and then try to get back in the game, because on the other hand, we're not really only concerned about their scoring. The fact is they're still in the game.
Well, and the fact is also they're on track for 18 points if they continue their trend.
And we're also going to have our guests from Clackamas sit down with us here and talk a little bit about their day as the Cougars are going to face off with Wenatchee Valley. And that's going to come our way at 10 o'clock as we get ready to welcome our guests in from Clackamas. CJ Buckley and Paige Downer. So are you CJ or are you Paige?
CJ.
Hi, CJ.
Hi.
You must be Paige. Sit down here and put on a headset, and the camera is right there. And when the TV shows us, that means we're on.
Okay.
So I want to ask you, first of all, it's been a long day, I would imagine. Usually you're playing games in the evening, but maybe not
Yeah.
quite this late. Got to ask you, what have you been doing today to pass the time?
Honestly, we've been taking a couple naps, honestly.
You're not alone. Wenatchee Valley said they took naps too.
Well, we came and watched Umpqua play earlier and a little bit of Lane. They were in our region this year,
Right,
so it's
right.
nice to see a little friendly faces, I guess. But other than that, we've just been, we went and practiced a little bit earlier, ran through some stuff, what we think Wenatchee Valley is going to do, and then just kind of hanging out.
Paige, you guys are in a tough region. The South is known for tough, and just to get here is a struggle. Do you think that will help you this weekend and next weekend if you get that far as competing here?
Yeah, I think coming in as kind of like the underdog will really help us out because most people don't expect us to get as far as we have. Like halfway through the season, we weren't expected to even go to playoffs. It was looking really questionable for us. And I think that should help us along the way because we have nothing to lose. You know, we're all coming out here playing hard, having fun, just playing our hearts out because you never know in your last game will be your last. So.
CJ, your coach Jim Martineau in his 21st year, he's been here over and over again. What has he communicated to the team about how to approach something like this, a one and done deal?
So mainly it's just, give it your all. Like make sure that you leave everything out on the floor. You work as hard as you can, go for every loose ball, just pretty much get after it as much as possible. And I think that's what we've been practicing for the last week.
Last words for you, Paige. What are the keys to have success tonight against Wenatchee Valley?
Definitely start off aggressive, attacking the basket, just going for every 50-50 ball, get on the ground, play hardcore defense, definitely get the ball up in transition since they have some bigger bodies, try and run the floor on them, and just keep attacking.
All right, well, ladies, I want to thank you so much for taking time out of your preparation to come on up here, and we wish you the best tonight.
Thank you so much.
All right, CJ Buckley and Paige Downer for Clackamas. Thanks so much for coming out. You will enjoy the game as it's 30-11 now as we get Wes back in here. And as since you left, it was 23-9 at half. It's been 7-2. And so Peninsula has extended the lead to 19 now in the first 3 minutes.
Boy, and Highline coming out getting the first couple of points in the first couple of minutes as well here. They trail still by a hefty margin of 19, but some signs of improvement there as they 3 completely air balls from the Thunderbirds.
Well, just to recap, Sunshine Vicente hit a 3 to make it 26-9, and then Cuckoo Danner with her 11th point to make it 28-9, but Brianna Estebillo with her first 2 of the game made it 28-11, and then it was Logan Luke to make it 30-11, and that's where we stand right now. And I know you at home were watching that as we were talking to the girls from Clackamas, but I mainly did that just to update my book.
Oh, there you go.
So 30-11 is our score.
So we learn anything good from our friends from Clackamas?
Well, the Cougars and Wenatchee Valley, both of whom are in the 10 o'clock game, neither of them generally play this late, and so I wanted to get an idea of what they did all day, and they both indicated that they took some naps to pass the time. They both came and watched some games among teams from their respective regions, South and East, and they really are ready. They prepared for this time slot. So it'll be interesting to see how that shakes out.
And stepping out of your comfort zone, no matter if it's a venue or a time frame, always difficult.
Timeout on the court.
NWAC fans, if you're looking for the best Mexican restaurant in town, look no further than Peninsula Mexican Restaurant. The best Mexican food anywhere. Located in the heart of downtown Everett. Got your own parking garage on the corner of Pacific and Grand Avenue for your convenience. Also, fans, feel free to check out the NWAC on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube using the handle @NWAC Sports. Also visit NWACsports.org for all the most recent information on schedules, scores, stats, and more.
With Wes Tucker, Mike Tatko back with you from Everett Community College, the Walt Price Fitness Center. Gorgeous arena here as we continue on with Game 7 of our women's basketball tournament. It's currently Peninsula 30, Highline 11. As we continue on with third quarter action, I continue to go through the history looking for a game in which a losing team scored less than 30. I'm not there yet. I've gotten to 31, and I'm going through the years. Wes is Highline a deep three. That's off the iron, no good. It was a shot clock situation. That's why they had to heave it up there from such long distance, and the Pirates immediately throw it away back to the Thunderbirds.
Well, you know, Mike, there's a first time for absolutely everything. And this very well could be the first time we see a score below 30. However, Highline still got some time. I mean, 5:35 left here in the third quarter. Still a whole quarter to play. Granted, it hasn't really been on their side fate-wise. 30-11 the score. As Highline takes the ball across half court.
Yeah, the Thunderbirds looking for something here. They have scored 2 points this period. They had 2 in the first, 7 in the second, and now 2 here in the third, and a foul on Peninsula, and that is on the Pirates' Leilani Padilla, her first. And that's the first foul on either team in this half, and we've played nearly half of the quarter. It's been a very cleanly played game as far as the fouls are concerned, and a bit of a sloppy game as far as the score and the statistics, as Highline is shooting 10.8% and Peninsula 35%. The Thunderbirds are 0 for 14 from three-point land, and Peninsula doesn't shoot very many. They're 2 for 6. Put back up and good for Cassandra White. Her first 2. 32-11, 4:50 to play.
Boy, and based on what I know about Clackamas and Wenatchee, whatever team advances to play there is going to have a rough game against them if they cannot get this offense in line quick.
There's an offensive foul charged to Jackson. It's her first. And a timeout on the court. Peninsula 32, Highline 11.
Is there a rule in this league against mercy?
Ideally located at the open arena, enjoy authentic Italian cuisine, an easygoing atmosphere, and stunning waterfront views. Perfect for cooking happy hour or a relaxing dinner. Don't miss out on Everett's favorite, Lombardi's Italian restaurant.
Here, if you want to mark where you are.
I'm okay. I just all I gotta do is look for the number 2. It's pretty easy, really. 36. It's in a championship game, 36. 35. Well, 4:40 to play here in this third period of play. One game remaining. Tonight, it'll be Wenatchee Valley against Clackamas. Wenatchee Valley did not make the tournament last year. Clackamas was a first-round loser to the host team, Everett. And so both of these teams will be looking to advance into the Elite Eight, and a matchup against either Peninsula or Highline. Right now, it appears it will be Peninsula, as it's 32-11 with 4:30 to play, and the ball's knocked out of bounds, and the Pirates will retain possession. Cuckoo Danner leading the way for the Pirates with 11. Sunshine Vicente has 10. And Highline is led by Kanani Kramers with 4. And a shot up underneath, a scoop shot, no good, and I think it's going to be a Highline foul on the rebound. And let's check and see if that's on Alani Sinclair. It is. It's her second and the second team foul on the Thunderbirds. 32-11, the score remains. Bouncing it off her knee is one of the Pirates, and here come the Thunderbirds on the lay-in a little bit too hard, and a foul. What do we have here on the rebound? I think it's going to be on Peninsula. 15. It is. It's Cassandra White.
And this is the opportunity you have to capitalize on if you're Highline. They're giving you an opportunity to get possession back after botching an attempt to score 2.
It was a nice move through the key that time by the Highline Thunderbirds, but they just couldn't get it to go. And another opportunity. There's a lob pass inside. The shot goes up. It's not good. A good defense that time, and Logan Luke yanks down the rebound. 4 minutes to play. Driving and kicking are the Pirates. Nice pass inside. Luke with the turnaround jumper. Good. Logan Luke has 4 all here in the period. And it's 34-11.
Well, Highline needs to get it together quick, Mike. They are running out of time in the quarter, not to mention running out of time in the game.
Just really haven't shown anything. And on that situation, she was too deep to shoot, so she tried to pass it to a teammate who just wasn't there. Three-pointer on the way. McCauley couldn't get it to go. Gina McCauley into the game for Peninsula, and another turnover by Highline. We take a look at turnovers, and really, Highline and Peninsula fairly even in the turnovers, 16-14 in favor of Highline. And there's a jump shot that's up and good. And that's Ashlyn Sharp who has 4. And now it's 36-11 at the 3-minute mark.
You may notice Peninsula no longer taking the long game approach.
Deep three, good! The first three-pointer of the game.
So the 5th point of the half.
Cammie Jackson with the first three-pointer of the game, and they're now 1 of 15. And an offensive rebound and a block shot, and here come the Thunderbirds, 36-14. 2.5 to go. Driving and going up, and as the foul on the floor, let's wait and see. It's in on 11 on the floor, and that's going to be called on Sharp, her second. And the third team foul on Allison Crumb's Pirates. 36-14, 2:27 to play. Host of substitutes in for both clubs now. Driving and putting it up, and it's a little bit short. Contact, though, still loose, and now a foul on who? I think the Pirates again. And that's on Olivia Williams. So one more, and Highline will shoot free throws. Highline is 3 of 4 from the line tonight. Peninsula 4 of 5. It's been a very cleanly played basketball game, as Wes and I have mentioned many times. Baseline drive up and in for the Thunderbirds.
Well, I think we're starting to see some signs of life from Highline here.
They have 16 now. in the basketball game. As that basket was by Conwell. Conwell's first 2 of the game, and now a chance to get it down to an 18-point game with 1:50 to play. If they can convert here. There's a running shot a little bit too hard, and the rebound comes down to Peninsula. Trapped in the backcourt. Pirates run a run. Up court it comes. Sharp into the key. The ball's loose, and it's going to be out of bounds off of Peninsula. And I think Allie Crum is going to ask for some help, and I think they might change this one, Wes. I think the official near half court could see a little bit better, and let's see if they change it and give it to Peninsula, and they will. It's good help by the official out in front, as there was a collision and the ball ricocheted off of one of the Highline players out of bounds, and good work by the officials to get together and get it right.
And a good show of faith by the officials as well, handling it very civilly. We've seen some officials just not wanting to hear anything from the benches over the course of the tournament.
Turnaround jumper by Williams, no good, but she got fouled, so Olivia will have an opportunity to shoot 2 as we check the Highline foul. And it's on Lafataga. It'll be her 3rd, and the 3rd foul on the Thunderbirds. Olivia Williams has not scored yet tonight. She's not been at the line. A chance for her to shoot right now. And it's good. And Olivia Williams has her first point in the game. It's 37-16 with 1:27 to play. The winner is back here tomorrow night at 7, and they'll play for a berth in the Final Four. And it's good. 2 for Williams, 38-16, and Peninsula is 6 for 7 from the free throw line. Driving baseline, leaving it off for a teammate. The shot is short, it's loose. Offensive rebound by the Thunderbirds. Williams hits the deck. She's back though, and in the key on defense. Deep 3, off the iron, no good. Rebound comes down to Sharp. Sharp having a good day on the boards, and she throws it away. Well, let's check some of these individual stats for the Pirates. Danner 11 points, Vicente 10, Vicente 7 rebounds, Sharp 6 rebounds. And for Highline, again led by the 4 points of Kremers, 5 rebounds for Lafataga. So some impressive individual stats, despite the fact that both teams appear to be offensively challenged, at least thus far. Final minute of the 3rd period, 38-16.
Yeah, a very low-scoring game. We've had a lot of those as the tournament has progressed here today in the Sweet 16.
We had a 58-39 battle to start things off. Jump shot on the way, off the iron, no good. Rebound Peninsula. They can take the last shot if they want. There's a 4-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock, and Allison Crum says, let's take some time, leading by 22. Why rush?
You're going to get a little breather here, a mini timeout when the quarter ends. So get ready to try and close this thing out against Highline.
The count is on as the shot goes up for the deep corner, off the iron, no good. It's loose, and it goes out of bounds, and it will be Highline ball with 4 seconds left. And Highline will get Kanani Kramers into the game for the final 4 seconds. And now pressure by Peninsula. They don't want Highline to have an opportunity to get an easy trip down the court. Here come the Thunderbirds, down to 2 seconds, down to 1 second. They don't even get a shot off. 38-16 is our score at the end of the 3rd quarter. Back with quarter number 4 after this timeout.
Well, what can I say except at least we're not in Canada.
Why?
I don't know. That was a Bob Uecker line from Major League. What else can you say about these White Sox except at least they're not from Canada?
Well, at least
3 of the 4 West teams are going to advance.
Yeah.
Well, this one won't be hard to write up.
No, not at all.
Take about 5 seconds.
Yeah, really.
Welcome back to coverage of the NWAC Women's Basketball Tournament on STSPN, the NWAC YouTube channel. Here we are, Wes Tucker, Mike Tatko. Game 7 of 8. It's Peninsula 38, Highline 16 as we move to the 4th period. And the Pirates in that period outscored the Thunderbirds 15-7. So if there was any doubt about Highline making a run, it just did not happen in that 3rd period. Now they have 22 points to make up.
Well, it's going to be a long uphill battle for the Thunderbirds here in the 4th quarter. I'm excited to see how they can do it, if they can do it. But only time's going to tell here as the West is kind of looking like they aren't going to sweep into the 8.
Well, they have 3 of the 7 so far. Couple of South. There's 1 East. And Peninsula trying to make it someone from the North, which would make somebody from each region.
Always good to see a spread like that.
Here's a deep 3, in and out, no good, and the rebound comes down. Another chance for Highline, behind the back pass, another 3. Kramers couldn't get it to go, and that's just really been the story, West. They've had a couple of open looks there, couldn't get them to go, and they are now 1 of 18 from three-point line, 5.6%, and they're 6 of 49 from the field for 12%.
Boy, so close, but yet so far.
Yeah, and another chance. They're going to get a lot of shots off here in the final period, you'd think. Down by 22, they're going to be hucking them up. But they need to make some fall here. And an intercepted pass. It was batted away nicely that time by Vicente. And back come the Pirates from Peninsula. Located in Port Angeles, Washington, and an easy lay-in there. And that basket is Vicente, who now has 12. We were talking to them during the break of the last game, and they're talking about how they take a ferry to every game. They drive an hour to get on the ferry, sometimes an hour and a half, then they get off the ferry, and then they drive to their location. Crazy way to play a year and travel, but they do it. There's a shot on the way, no good that time by Kramers, and it goes back to Peninsula.
Well, I really think the only teams that can say, oh, cry me a river to that, are the teams playing in the East, who have an average 6-hour drive just to get to their in-league opponents.
Yeah, if you're Treasure Valley and you got to go to Wenatchee, boy, pack your sleeping bag because it's a trip.
Oh, it's a doozy.
You know, the closest trip in the East, obviously, since North Idaho joined, is Spokane to North Idaho. That's about a half-hour deal. But other than that, and I guess Walla Walla, the Columbia Basin, and maybe Walla Walla, the Blue Mountain, 45 minutes or so. But other than that, it's settle in on the bus and put in the movies because it's a trip.
Got a good little double feature going.
And you get home at all hours of the evening, especially on a Wednesday night when you play at 5:30 and the men play at 7:30. They travel together. You're not really getting out of the opposing team's town till 10. So there's been some pretty late nights.
And wakey if you're 8 a.m. class.
Yeah. So 7:43 left in this one, and the foul that time on Highline was on Conwell. And the free throw is no good. And it is Vicente, who is now 3 for 5 from the free throw line. And she got the second one, so it's 41-16. 25-point edge. Driving, laying it up, and in! It rolled in and a foul, and down on the court is Kanani Kramers. I hope she's okay. She has 6 points, and she has a free throw coming.
Opportunity here for the and one. Big opportunity here. Put them in the threshold of 20.
The foul on Brianna Fitzgerald, her first. And an opportunity for Kramers to complete the three-point play. It would give her 7 on the night, 7 of 19, and she gets it. So 41-19, 7.5 to play in this one.
Looked like she's going to try that harsh 3.
There's a miss, and down it comes. There's Kramers with it again. Going to cross-court pass to a teammate on the way. In and out, no good. Good offensive rebound, though, but it's loose, and they're going to call a Peninsula foul. And I think that's going to be on Fitzgerald. That's going to be 2 right off the bat on Brianna. And out of bounds, it's not a shooting foul, as grabbing the rebound was Tori Allen. She was fouled as she set up again, and so it comes in to the Thunderbirds with 7 minutes now remaining in the basketball game. Wenatchee and Clackamas next. Driving to the basket, putting it up, and a foul. And Kramers is really doing yeoman's work here. She'll go back to the line again.
And when you're leading your team in scoring, you're hoping you're the one that gets fouled. A chance to sort of chip away at this substantial lead.
Logan Luke commits the foul, her second. And here is Kramers. And again, if you're Highline, this is exactly what you want. Opportunities with the clock stopped. And if you're Peninsula, you don't care if they score, but you don't want the clock to stop, certainly. 41-20 is the count now.
And last game slated to start at 10 tonight, which will cap off the Women's Sweet 16. Elite 8 beginning tomorrow at 1.
And it's good. 9 points, and a timeout is called. And we will take it with them. 41-21, Pirates back after these messages.
You know what, man? I appreciate it, but I don't do peanut butter while I'm on the air, you know?
I hear ya.
I mean, I look like a dog with peanut butter stuck in its throat, just trying to trying to get it
I'll
out
let you
of
know
there.
how it goes.
All right. And Mike Tatko takes a tumble in the booth up here. Loved his peanut butter so much that he ended up choking on it. Well, I love how you can hear the USB connector.
Yeah. 6:51 to go in the basketball game. Peninsula on top of Highline, 41-21.
Well, and Peninsula chips the lead down to 20. You know, anything can happen in this game. I haven't penciled in a winner just yet. See if Highline can get hot real quick. They've been ice cold all game, just crossing the 20-point threshold here in the fourth quarter.
And a nice post-to-post pass underneath. Fitzgerald going to get the assist. And it is Leilani Padilla who has 5 now. First points in the second half, and it's 43-21. 6.5 minutes to go. And the shot inside just would not fall that time. Rebound and a foul. If that's Fitzgerald, it's her third, and Highline will be shooting. Nope, just the 4th foul. So Brianna Fitzgerald has come into the game here and committed 3 fouls, and she'll sit back down. And they will get a substitute in, and that will be Logan Luke. I just hope the next game, the folks from Wenatchee and Clackamas wear uniforms so we can more clearly see the numbers.
Oh, I certainly hope so, and generally they will. Again, the men's uniforms were eerily similar to the Pirates uniforms when it came to Wenatchee, so we may be in for at least half visible.
Well, a turnover, it'll go back to Peninsula. Both teams getting some other folks in. Alani Sinclair back for Peninsula. Kylie Kirk getting a break. And now full court pressure applied by the Thunderbirds. I said Alani Sinclair back for Peninsula. She's back for Highline. Collision at half court. And trapping defense now by the Thunderbirds. 6-minute mark, 43-21. Driving. As the Pirates use kind of a pass and weave offense. 10-footer up and good by Padilla. She has 7. 45-21. Well, really it started way back when, Wes, when Highline didn't score until 2:22 remained in the first period. And it just has not gotten better for the Thunderbirds. They haven't shot it well, although they get the putback that time by Kylie Kirk.
Man, I believe.
Actually, it's not Kylie Kirk, it's Tori Allen.
That's correct. Through your perusing, you didn't find a game in which a team scored less than 31 in a loss.
Nope, I never saw a 30. I didn't see a 20 anything. I did see a 32. I even saw a 30 in a championship game.
Boy, oh boy.
35, I think it was 55-36, but nothing in the 20s. And so with 5 minutes left, Highline's going to have to score 8 points to match the lowest total. They scored 2 in the first period. They scored 7 in the second period. Rather, 7 in the second period. They scored 7 in the third period. And so far, they've scored 7 in the fourth period.
At least they got a little more consistent.
They do. That first period was a killer, though. They were down 16-2. There's a jump shot up and good. And it's 45-25.
A little bit of a longer range, too, but whatever works at this point if you're Highline.
That basket was by Brianna Estebillo. She has 4. And a stoppage of play as a bunch of subs come in. In fact, looks like a hockey line change. And there's a timeout on the court. It's 45-25. We're back with the final 4:33 after this timeout.
So we welcome you back into the broadcast booth.
I'm hiding behind you, man.
A little shout playing, so how can you not join in on something like that? We got to stay loose up here in the booth somehow, you know? And speaking of staying loose, how about the game we got going down here? 45-25 to score, 20-point margin. So what's going to be the key to come back here? I mean, it's just going to be a rough road.
Well, they need to just start hoisting up some threes. They need to get some stops. I think defensively, they need to trap and press and do everything they can just to kind of disrupt Peninsula if they can, because the Pirates have been efficient enough. They haven't been great, but they've been efficient enough and have done what it takes to build this big lead. Highline with a 3. That's what they need, and they got it.
I want to throw a big shout out to Todd Elvig for catching us off guard while we were dancing up here.
Oh, yeah. 45-28. They're within 17 at the 4-minute mark, but a lay-in at the other end. A big basket that time. Cuckoo Danner with it. 47-28. 4-minute mark. Nice move to the basket, and the shot wouldn't go. Hitting the deck was the shooter there for Highline, and it goes back the other way. And Peninsula will run some clock here. And they throw it through the key and nobody home. 3:26 to go. Again, looking to advance would be Peninsula, and if they hang on in advance, they'll be here tomorrow night against either Clackamas or Wenatchee Valley. Centralia, Big Bend, Grays Harbor, Umpqua, Lane, and Lower Columbia also in the Final 8.
And tomorrow we get to set the women's Final Four, and we'll return next weekend for championship weekend.
Shot from the top of the circle, good. Another three. And that one is Alani Sinclair. So the Thunderbirds heating up here, maybe a little bit too late. They have eclipsed the 30 mark at 47-31. And another turnover by the Pirates. When do you start to get a little bit nervous? 3 minutes remaining. It's a 16-point game.
Anything can happen here, but the good news is that we no longer have the lowest scoring affair in the NWAC tournament. Tied now for the lowest.
Yep, at 31, but you got to figure Highline's going to get something in the final 3 minutes.
Oh, absolutely, especially the way they've been heating up over the past couple of seconds.
They really have. Another three on the way. Good again.
Look at that.
And that's Sinclair with another one. She has 6. And it's 47-34. And Allison Crum wants a timeout. 2:27 remaining here in the basketball game. Peninsula by 13.
You're funny, Todd.
Well, 2:27 left, and Highline, which had 16 points the first 3 quarters, has 18 this quarter alone. To maybe put a little bit of nervousness in the hearts of some Peninsula fans. The Pirates still lead by 13. But Highline has the ability to just trap and press all over the place. They've only fouled once. So it's going to be a while before Peninsula is shooting. So Highline might as well do that and get a steal. And a foul on Peninsula, and Highline will be shooting. As after the backcourt steal, a foul, I believe, on White. Nope, they call it on Danner. It's her second. And shooting free throws. The Thunderbirds.
Can capitalize while the clock is not ticking.
We've talked so much about that. And they're going to try to do it again here.
1 for 1, and the second shot is no good.
And that was Kaava, who made the first one. It's 47-35. It's a 4-possession game with 2:19 left. Pirate basketball, they bring it in. Highline trapping all over the court. Wenatchee and Clackamas next. Allison Crum's crew is running some clock down to 2 minutes. And the shot clock now at 10. No need to foul now for Highline. They just need to play good defense. Driving to the basket, no good. Rebound by Highline. Long down court pass. And saving it nicely is Sinclair. 3 on the way, good. That was by Dimick. And she has 5 in the game. And it's 47-38. It's a 3-possession game. Back come the Thunderbirds on defense now, and a foul, as it's a good foul. Well, part of me thinks it's a good foul, Wes, because they have to give 4 more, but the shot clock was down to 10. At that point, I'm thinking maybe just play defense.
Well, I mean, at that point, it's not going to be much of a difference. 10 seconds is not going to really help this 9-point lead they find themselves facing. And funnier things have happened in basketball.
Like that.
Exactly.
A steal. Here come the Pirates. They need a couple of threes. There's a chance. Off the back iron, no good. That would have cut it to 6. And Peninsula with the rebound. Now Highline has to foul, and they do. And it looked kind of for a minute like it wasn't intentional, but she was there to help her right up. She was just reaching in to commit a foul. Nothing flagrant or intentional about that. And so Peninsula will have the basketball. Only 2 fouls, now 3 fouls on Highline.
Well, it was nothing like the open field tackle we saw in the Walla Walla men's game committed by Jake Albright.
Yeah.
And that actually went uncalled.
Well, Jake was a football player as well at Clarkston.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's obvious. He's got some good form.
So here it is, a 9-point edge for the Pirates. And they get it in. Highline has to commit 2 more fouls. 1 minute left, 47-38 Peninsula. They're trapping. And shot clock down to 15. The coach is calling for him to foul. Damon Crump, and they finally do, and that's the 4th foul. And now a new 30-second clock with 43 seconds left. It's probably going to come down to whether Peninsula can salt this away at the free throw line.
And big hello to Tracy Swisher again. Love checking in. Yeah, I think we've said hi to him on camera a few times and hasn't moved from that spot.
Well, he's branding the NWAC basketball championships with that banner behind him there underneath
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
the basket. The foul is called on Highline's Kramer's, her 2nd, and finally Peninsula's at the line. So we will get the free throw. It's on the way and good by Vicente. She's made 5 tonight, and that was the biggest one because it makes it a 4-possession game. She hit them both. 49-38, final 40 seconds of the game. And a 3, they try to bank it, it's no good. Offensive rebound and a foul. Last thing you want to do if you're Peninsula is commit a foul in this situation. And they send Kaava to the free throw line for 2 more.
Kaava going 1 for 2 in her last trip to the line.
So 29 seconds left. The shot clock is off for the rest of the game. And the free throw is good. And it is 49-39, and Peninsula's Cassandra White is back in. Wenatchee Valley, Clackamas come your way at 10 tonight. We really have been on schedule all day long. That's been fortunate as Kaava hits them both, and it's 49-40 here. We were worried about whether they were going to get to 20 because they had 9 at half, and they're up to 40, and they foul now.
Boy, I tell you, if this team had showed up from the beginning, Highline is winning this game 72-49.
They just were unable to get anything going early on, and 2 free throws coming up for Peninsula here with 28 seconds left as Kramers commits the foul, and the free throw did not go. And then miss, but
Another quick foul.
another foul. So Padilla missed them both. And another foul, and that one is going to be on Demick. And Padilla back to the line, so they fouled the right person. Apparently, she missed 2 a moment ago. 49-40, just 24 seconds left. And she got that one. 50-40 Peninsula. They won by 10 back on November 17th, and they're up by 10 now.
Now 11.
4 months later, now 11. 51-40, Highline will run it up. The Thunderbirds will finish 12-14 on the season. Peninsula moves to 19-8 as soon as the buzzer goes off. Bank shot no good, ball loose, and that'll probably do it. Oh, they foul in the backcourt. I thought for a minute that they may concede and not foul, but they do indeed foul.
Fighting till the end are the Thunderbirds.
And that's going to be on Mihai Kaava, her second. And 2 more free throws for the Pirates. And the first one is good. And we'll wait for the second free throw. They're both good. And that's Ashlyn Sharp to knock both of those down. It is 53-40, final 7 seconds of this one. They drive, they shoot, they miss, and that will end the basketball game. Peninsula advances with a 53-40 win. Great season for Highline. They finished 12-14. They put up 24 in the fourth quarter, but just not enough. They just dug themselves too big of a hole, Wes.
Oh, absolutely. And when you come out ice cold like that, it's so hard to recover, especially in a championship tournament atmosphere and venue. But one team was relatively hot out of the gate. Again, both these teams are